Around early last year, Itel released this phone, the Itel S24, which was the most impressive budget phone you could get for under 150,000 naira. It came with a color-changing design, a 108-megapixel camera, as well as a surprisingly powerful processor. But since this is 2025 and newer phones have taken over, is it still worth buying, or is it something you would regret? Well, keep watching to find out. Let's kick things off with what you get in the box. Inside, you first get the phone. Afterwards, a SIM ejector tool, a TPU case, USB Type-C cable, and finally, a fast charger. There's no wired earphones in the box, but apart from that, it's a pretty complete experience. And if you are enjoying this video, then kindly leave a like and smash that subscribe button for more videos just like this one. Thank you. Next up is design and build quality. This is 2025, but you can't help to be impressed at how good this phone's design is. It's not the ultra-thin experience we get nowadays with modern budget phones, but we are getting a camera model which looks quite premium even though it's not balanced, as well as a finish that is completely resistant to fingerprints. But the biggest, most impressive quality about this design is its ability to change color from white to this pink color, and even though it's more of a gimmick than anything practical, I still think it's a very impressive concept nonetheless. This phone's predecessor, the Itel S23, already did this, but yeah, I prefer this one. As for build quality, it's fine, but this is the first area where it's clearly behind the modern budget phones. You get no IP rating as well as no drop resistance. That means that unlike the newer phones, this one is more likely to get damaged, which is quite sad. Now let's talk about the external features. Is it that different or is it not that different? Well, for security, this phone comes with a side-mounted fingerprint scanner which is pretty quick and reliable. It has a headphone jack, micro SD card support, NFC, even a dual speaker setup which is okay for the price. These are not stereo speakers, but you can't even get stereo speakers at this price point nowadays, so it's fine. But what about the display? How good is it? Well, the Itel S24 rocks a 6.6-inch 720p IPS panel with a 90Hz refresh rate. 90Hz? So what's immediately obvious is that this display is far ahead from what the latest ones offer. It's a 90Hz display where a lot of the new ones are coming with 120Hz, and it's not as bright for outdoor usage. But that's just me nitpicking. The display is still good enough if you don't pay attention to specs. The 90Hz refresh rate isn't exactly bad, and unlike Samsung budget phones which just adapted the 90Hz refresh rate with the Galaxy A07 and also comes with that ugly teardrop notch, this one actually comes with the prettier hole punch cutout. For consuming content, it's still good enough in around 95% of scenarios. It's slightly desaturated, but still good enough at its budget price point. Now, let's talk performance, and this is where things get quite interesting. Powering the Itel S24 is the MediaTek Helio G91 or the G91 Ultra, I don't know, and it's a pretty capable processor in and of itself. Mind you, this phone's processor made it the most powerful smartphone at its price back at the time. When most smartphones brought processors like the new Nexus 606 or so, this one was significantly ahead. But now if you compare it to the Helio G81 which dominates the market now, I can see that the G81 is just slightly better, like 10% better. And if you buy this phone with the 8GB RAM option, there is chances that this one would perform better than the newer ones with just 3GB, 4GB of RAM. This phone performs good in multitasking, it opens up quite quickly and even plays high demanding games like Call of Duty Mobile. I'm impressed. But what about the software experience? Is this also that good? Well, the Itel S24 runs on Itel OS 13.5 slapped on Android 13. This is still Itel's old era, so it has the cringy logo and all of that. But it also has some useful features like the AI assistant Ivana, which does a lot of useful things. It can summarize text, make phone calls, play music, forecast the weather, you get the idea. You can also ask it questions and the answers are reliable and accurate most of the time. So yes, this is also good as well. That brings us to the battery experience. Powering the Itel S24 is a massive 5000 mAh battery, and though a lot of newer phones now come with 5200 mAh cells, even 6000 mAh, I can see that this is good enough to last an average user the entire day. And as for charging, this phone is also very impressive. It comes with 18W fast charging which charges this phone from empty to full in around 2 hours, and it's okay because even in 2025 this is the average charging speed you can get at its price. Even the Itel Super 26 Ultra comes with just 18W, so it's quite special. And now onto the final category, the cameras. Look, if other areas of this phone didn't impress you, this one definitely will. The Itel S24 comes with a 108 megapixel camera with an auxiliary lens for depth perception. Even in 2025, I would boldly say that these cameras are still one of the best in the game. The photos are pretty decent, the dynamic range, the colors, it seems perfect or a bit too perfect. If you want better shots, you specifically have to turn on the 108MP mode in the camera settings. The video on the rear goes up to 2K 30 frames per second and it lacks stabilization. But if you want stabilization, you have to go down to 1080p, which is still fine. And on the front, we get an 8MP selfie camera which shoots in 2K as well. So back to the initial question, is the Itel S24 actually worth it in 2025 or is it just a bad idea? I would say that this phone was an absolute beast when it released for its time. Even though it has a good chipset, a big boy camera and all that, modern budget phones are still ahead. They are built better, have better screens, improved software, better chipset, even faster charging, which the Itel S24 doesn't match in a lot of ways. So would I recommend this now? No, mostly because the price has shot up due to the inflation of the naira from 118,000 to 138,000. But that shouldn't be bad because there's also a similarly priced alternative with almost double the performance and many years of software support called the Samsung Galaxy A07. To check it out, click the card on the screen and I'll tell you all about it.